I'll clean more of that up later. Okay, Tor, we're back at the top, ready to see the stitch lengthen. What's the best way that they can see?
Let's get a prop going there.
How's that?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So Tor was saying something about these things.
Yeah. These things cause this collar to slide up and down the shaft. So if you take your WD-40, the secret special sauce that we use to get things to break free, you just give that a shot. And then this is a corresponding one down here for the other dial. And then if you help it, you might be able to help it slide up and down. And once it starts to slide up and down, we can then add oil.
That would be negatory. And is there a better way to do this, Tor?
Well, if you push in and make like you're trying to turn it, you can see that wiggling. So that's unlocked it. And then you reach into the tool. And I think I knocked the camera so nobody can see anything we're doing right now. So, here we go. Back in frame.
So you said go back here.
Yeah.
Underneath that collar.
It's really quite stuck. So, let's get out the heat.
I'm also going to wipe some of this old grease and stuff off of these. Are these cams, Tor? Or are these gears down here? Are they just
Yeah,
gears?
those are the cams.
Okay. So handy dandy heat tool.
Yeah, mini heat gun. It's pretty mild. It'll get plenty hot. It'll get oil and smoke.
Ask him how he knows. Of course, we don't want to leave it in one place for too long.
Yeah, it's actually melting the waxy glue that the grease that we used in there earlier got turned into. Oil turns into a shellac, which if you warm it up gets gooey and gummy and you can actually move something maybe.
Nope.
Yep.
No luck there.
Yeah. Might have to leave that soak overnight.
Okay. So, what I will do is let that soak. And I'm just going to quickly show you the rest of getting a few more things done while we're going to leave that overnight. I can see on these cam pieces there's a lot of stuck on old grease. I'm going to use a toothpick and poke that stuff away. The smoother we can make all the surfaces where things ride when the stitch changes. the easier it is to make the stitch change. Be nice and smooth. The reason I'm using a toothpick is it won't scratch the metal inside. Tor's been teaching me over the years as much as he can. And I like these old mechanical machines because I can't screw them up. I can't break them or worry about the computer and being grounded and that kind of stuff. Tor's a much better conversationalist too with the camera, so pardon my silence. Maybe another day we will finish this one up and show you the grease and oil points that we're doing. We don't want to do that yet because the magic sauce there, magic juice, whatever he called it, will just wash out the new stuff anyway if we have to give it another soak. Okay. Let's check these out. Get this all the way down there. We can take off the hand wheel.
Yeah, I should be able to get that hand wheel off, and that's a big old bearing that needs to be cleaned. It's usually got old crusty grease and oil on it. It needs to spin smoothly on the shaft so they can disengage. Smoothly.
Smoothly, yeah. This won't even, I can't even turn it.
Yeah. Let's see if we can. Ah, boy, that was tough. It's loose. So that hasn't been loosened up in perhaps decades. Machines like to be used, and if they don't get used, they freeze up.
So there's that. There's a giant washer kind of thing back here. And when we put it back together, we have to make sure these little nubs are pointing out like it came off the machine. Because these are what stops this thing when you're winding bobbins. If that made any sense. And now,
it simply pulls out.
Pull this off, and there's a big gear thing there.
Yeah, this
like my vocabulary.
This old Singer has a direct drive from the motor to the gear, worm gear, and onto the main shaft. So no belts to slip.
I'm going to turn this sideways a little bit. And he's talking about the worm gear is that big one right there. I don't know if you can see it. Can they see it?
Let's check. No. Everything came down when we lowered it. Yeah, that's better.
So that's the worm gear back there that he was talking about. So there's no belt on this sewing machine. And as I'm looking at that and showing you that, I noticed that the bobbin winder tire Oh, it's not as cracked as I thought it was.
Mhm.
I'll clean that up too and make sure it's running smoothly, and you can see the dust and stuff back there. Okay. Clean off this. And now that I've taken off the hand wheel, when I turn this, it only makes the needle bar go up and down. So I'll go in from the top and clean the rest of this gear off. What do you think, Tor? So far, so good?
Yeah, I don't see anything catastrophic. It is a little concerning that the stitch mechanism is frozen still, but we usually try to give it 24 hours to get it fully cleaned up and moving again before we get too desperate. A little heat, a little solvent, a little time usually adds up to success.
This gear throws a lot of grease into this hole here, so I'm just being OCD and cleaning that up. All right, well, I'm going to call it there and wait so we can get the stitch length knobs moving. Maybe I'll oil this bobbin